What is up, you guys? Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. My name is Devin. I hope that you will consider sticking around and subscribing to my channel. And if you're not new, as always, welcome back. You know that I love you so much. So today's video is actually the first of its kind on my channel. So we are going to be doing a very delayed January Boxycharm unboxing. Quick backstory, I have never done like a subscription service like this, but I have a friend that does Boxycharm that swears by it, that we talk about it all the time. And then I have an aunt that does Boxycharm, and again, we talk about it all the time. And she actually has like bought a few things for me through the Boxycharm add-on service, which is really cool. So after talking about Boxycharm so much, I decided that this year I wanted to sign up, try it out, and see how I like it. So I signed up for Boxycharm in January, maybe about like 2 weeks ago. So like beginning middle of the month. So I just assumed that it probably wouldn't kick in until February, because I think you normally get your box at the beginning of the month. So I was not expecting to get a January box, and then this showed up on my doorstep a couple days ago, and I was like, oh, I must have gotten my February box early. And then I looked in here, and the palette that's in here is not the palette that I picked for my February box. So I was like, oh my gosh, I got a January box and I wasn't expecting it. So it was like Christmas for me, because I wasn't expecting to get this box in addition to the next one. And I did. So this is my first ever Boxycharm box. And I thought it'd be fun just to do an unboxing style video today. Again, this is the first of its kind on my channel. We'll see how it goes. I've never done an unboxing video before, but I'm excited. I am very excited about the products that are in this box. So we will talk about them in a minute. So with all of that being said, if you're interested in seeing what is in my January Boxycharm, as always, don't forget to grab yourself a drink. I'm drinking a grapefruit high noon today. And with that, let's get right into the video. All right, so once again, here's my box. So these all come with this little card in here that breaks down the products that are in the box and tells you about them, and actually gives you the retail price of them. So if you're not familiar with Boxycharm, I got the regular box, so it's $25 a month. They send you 5 full-size products. You go on, you sign up, you take a quiz, you tell them your skin type, your preferences, and then they send you a customized box each month based on your preferences. So this little card breaks down the brands and the products and what's in there, and then you get the 5 full-size products. So the first product that I want to pull out here, because I'm dying to put it on my lips, is this Bali Balm. So on the box, it says Bali Balm Sweet Orange and Coconut Lip Balm. So this is a new brand to me. I've never heard of them before. But the description says, essential oils of sweet orange and coconut give this lip balm its citrusy tropical aroma and silky smooth consistency. Sweet orange is packed with vitamin C, which is known to even skin tone and protect against free radicals. Coconut is a natural emollient that moisturizes for soft, supple lips. So sounds good to me, and it retails for $33, which is insane to me. I don't know that I would ever pay $33 for a lip balm, just being honest, but it looks really nice, and I guess if it's that expensive, then hopefully it's good. I'm just gonna go ahead and try this on. Let's give it a smell. Smells pretty good. My lips are definitely dying for some moisture right now. But okay, so yeah, I mean, it feels nice on the lips. It's definitely not thick. It feels hydrating. I almost feel like a little bit of a tingle or like a mintiness. I don't know that this has mint in it, but I'm assuming maybe that could just be from some of like the essential oils maybe that are giving me that feeling. But I like it. It feels nice. It's comfortable. It almost feels, it's light enough to have the consistency of almost like a lip oil. It's not thick at all, but I don't mind that. It's nice. I like it so far. Okay, so next up we've got some skincare products. So first we've got this guy. So the brand is Avant Skincare Bi-Phase Hyaluronic Acid Rejuvenating Micellar Water. Infused with replenishing ingredients, Bi-Phase Hyaluronic Acid presents an oil phase aiming to instantly dissolve resilient and waterproof makeup, and a micellar water phase working to capture impurities. It dissolves makeup without rubbing or rinsing. And the retail price on this guy, it says, is $90. Again, that is insane to me. I cannot imagine spending $90 on a micellar water. But you can see here, it's definitely split. So you can see the oil and then the water down here. It seems like you would use it just as like a normal micellar water. I've not tried this yet. I will try it to take my makeup off tonight and see how I like it. So I guess I'll keep you guys updated throughout the month to see if we like this guy. But yeah, anyway, there's that. Okay, and then we have one more skincare product, which is something that I actually did try this morning before filming this. So this is the Pharmacy Deep Sweep 2% BHA Pore Cleaning Toner with Moringa and Papaya. So it comes in this cute little box here. I've heard of Pharmacy. I've never tried anything from them before. I put it back in the box for the purposes of this video, but I did already try this. Comes in a really nice glass bottle. It's got a really beautiful like green color, so it feels nice and luxurious, nice and high end. So it's an alcohol-free 2% BHA toner that gently exfoliates, deep cleans pores, and controls oil without overstripping skin. Ideal for combination oily or acne-prone skin. And the retail value of this is $28. So a little bit more affordable in comparison to that micellar water we were just looking at, but still, I mean, not cheap. So I was nervous about this. I get really nervous, especially like anything that's BHA or AHAs or whatever. I know that they're really good for your skin because they're chemical exfoliants, so they penetrate deeper than like a scrub would. But my skin is very sensitive to products that have acid in it. I don't know what it is. So I am very wary about toners that have any kind of acid in it. So I was nervous about this, but I wanted to give it a try this morning before talking about it. And to be honest, I had a really pleasant experience using this. I did feel like it cleaned my skin more so than the other toners that I've used. Like when I looked at the cotton pad, I didn't have any makeup on. I hadn't worn makeup in a couple days, so I didn't have any like really residue on my skin besides just like my natural oils and stuff from sleeping. So there wasn't a lot on my skin, but when I looked at the cotton pad, I felt like there was more debris and oil that had come off of my face than normal. So I feel like it definitely did give my face a deep clean and it did not burn. Anyway, first impressions of this, really good. I liked it. We'll see how we do with it. Okay, so moving on, the last two products in my BoxyCharm this month are makeup products. So the first one is this Viseart eyeshadow primer. So let's go ahead and read the description on this guy really quick. It says this seamless eye primer works with all eyeshadows to ensure crease-free and vibrant wear. So sounds like pretty much standard things that you would want out of an eyeshadow primer. And the retail value for this is $24. So again, a little pricey, but not like way out of this world for a good eyeshadow primer. So I'm excited to try that out. So we will be testing this out today with the last product in here, which is this guy right here. So this is the Violet Voss Olive You Forever eyeshadow palette. Super cute. I personally am somebody that loves a good earth tone palette. I love greens, I love browns, but there's just like something about this earthy olivey green that really speaks to me. I don't know, I just feel like this color scheme pairs really well with like my skin tone and my hair. I actually just went to the hair salon yesterday and I got kind of a darker toner on my hair, so it's looking a little bit darker than it has been recently, and I love it. So I really think this palette is going to go well with what we've got going on today. So I don't know, I've never tried their formula before. I've never tried their eyeshadows. I don't know if I've tried anything from Violet Voss. So I'm really excited to try it out and see how we like this. Okay, so I think what I want to do next is I definitely want to go ahead and try out this palette on camera for you guys. So we're going to do a look with this today. But I just realized, again, I almost forgot to read the description. So let's go ahead and do that first since we've done that for all of the others. So it says, this palette was designed with universally flattering olives and hues that complement one another flawlessly. It's packed with the most luxe formulas from creamy mattes, mesmerizing metallics, and impact foils. Achieve endless eyeshadow looks from a modern soft sultry to a seductive olive smoky eye that will have them green with envy. And then the retail on this is $34. All right, so let's go ahead and just dive right into the tutorial with this eyeshadow palette. So I do already have face makeup on from earlier today. I was like out running errands with Sean and I did my makeup and I just didn't want to take it off. So before I start with this palette, I'm gonna take a little bit of translucent powder. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this under my eyes to catch any fallout that we might experience. I've never used this palette, so I don't know how much fallout I'm gonna get. All right, so to start, I'm gonna go ahead and get some of this Viseart eyeshadow primer on the back of my hand, and we're gonna test this guy out. Oh, it's clear. I wasn't expecting it to be clear. I was expecting it to be that like beigey, creamy color, but I suppose we'll see. So I'm just gonna get that on a brush. Okay, so this primer feels nice. It's definitely not as like thick or full coverage as a P. Louise or a MAC Paint Pot or anything like that. I don't know. I don't really have too much of an opinion one way or the other, but feels fine. Okay, so the first thing that I like to do when I'm doing my eyeshadow, but also when I'm testing out a new palette, is like look for a shade that I can use to set down my eyeshadow primer, because I pretty much always do that before I start doing my eyeshadow. So typically I prefer a palette that has a nice light shade to be able to do that with. So I'm gonna go into this shade Wink. We'll see how it works for this. It's a little dark. Yeah, it's a little dark. I'm gonna put a little bit of it on my other eye just for symmetry, but I think I'm actually going to maybe save that for working in the crease. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of my translucent powder instead to set down my primer. Okay, so I really have no idea what I want to do, but I do think, like, I'm thinking I want to use these olive colors here. So I guess we'll do something pretty smoky. So I'm gonna actually start with this color Wink that we were just using in the crease, and then what I'll probably end up doing is building it up with either this color or like one of these. So let's start with this just to see the depth of it. Okay, so as you can see, not really, I don't even know if it's gonna read on camera, but it's not a very dark color or anything like that, but it is a good starting point just to make sure you don't blend too much. So I definitely wanna deepen up that crease. So I'm gonna take a clean blending brush, and I think I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's called Infatuated. And I'm just gonna work that color right here in the crease, pretty much right over top of where we placed that first one. All right, next I'm gonna take the shade right here. It's called Olive You. This one says Olive Me, this one says Olive You. That's cute. So I'm just taking that on my finger, and don't mind my nails. I have nothing on them. I'm just taking this shade and I'm pressing it in with my finger, and it's just gonna be my all over lid shade. Nothing revolutionary or anything here, but I just wanna see how this performs. So far, I actually really love how this looks all over the lid. That's a very pretty green. So I'm gonna focus just on getting it like all over my lid, covering as much surface area as possible with my finger first, and then I will go back in with a brush to kind of clean it up. Okay, so I'm just moving to a flat brush with this color. So I'm just gonna use this to go over top, spread that out a little bit. I'm gonna kind of bring the color up a little bit into the crease, just to make sure that we're connecting it with that transition shade. And this just helps because this brush obviously is a lot thinner than my finger, so it helps me get it a little bit more precise in the little crevices once I've placed it down with my finger. Okay, so I'm definitely finding myself wanting just a little bit more from this shimmer. So before we move on, I'm gonna get a little bit more on the brush, and I'm gonna try wetting it to see if that helps us kind of top it off with a little bit more pizzazz. Okay, yeah, so I definitely like the finish of it now that we've wetted and blended it out a bit. Okay, so I'm really quick just gonna take a smaller blending brush. I'm gonna go back into Infatuated. I'm gonna run this back through the crease now that we've placed the shimmer, just to blend things together a little bit more. We don't want a harsh line there. We definitely want them to kind of like fade into each other. And I'm sure you guys can see, I definitely got a lot of fallout from that shimmer. I mean, I was using my finger and we were kind of patting it around and stuff, so it's like not a huge deal, but I definitely do have some fallout underneath my eyes from that green. Now, I will say, I mean, this looks fine, but I am kind of like, if this was an ideal green, like olive palette for me, I really want like a matte green, like something that kind of goes with these tones to be able to blend into my crease to kind of marry the two colors a little bit better. I would love a matte green in this palette, and then I feel like it would be perfect, but that's just my 2 cents. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with this dark chocolate brown here. It's called Charmed, and I'm taking that on a Morphe E17. And this is gonna go in the outer corner. So we're gonna start deepening things up a little bit. Actually, let's do this. Okay. Change of plans. Mid-blend, I'm actually going to use that color through the crease as well. So I'm going to be careful not to blend it too much. I'm actually going to work back and forth between that color and that infatuated shade. I just feel like I'm wanting a little bit more. Like, I feel like I want a little bit more from this look. Yeah, I think that looks better already. And then probably what we'll end up doing is putting the matte black in this palette in the outer corner instead of this brown. Okay, so before we move on, I want to deepen up that outer corner just a little bit. So I'm going to take this brush. This is another BH Cosmetics brush. It is from the Midnight Festival collection brush set, and it's the number 6 brush. So I am going into Infinity here. It's just a nice matte black. And I'm going to add just a little bit more drama to this outer corner. And then I think we'll be done with the top lid. So I'm just going to take my little blending brush again, and I'm going to soften around where we just put that black. Okay, so I think now I'm at the point where I'm ready to dust this off under here. So I'm just going to use this to dust off first, and then I think I might... Yeah, okay, so I kind of trailed off there. I started talking and then trailed off with my thought, but I'm going to take a little bit of banana powder. So, oh my God, I just put my nail in that. Oh gosh, I'm a mess. So I'm gonna take my Alamar Cosmetics Complexion Trio. This is in the medium tan shade. I love this. I've used it several times. I talk about it all the time, but I especially love this banana powder. As you can see, I've severely hit pan on it. But I love using this under my eyes so that like the translucent powder doesn't leave a white cast. This helps mitigate that. Okay, so moving on to the lower lash line, I'm first gonna go in with some eyeliner. So I'm gonna take my brown eyeliner, any brown eyeliner will do, but this is the shade Sunny Val from ColourPop. So I'm just gonna use that to line my waterline. All right, so next I'm gonna grab this brush right here. It is the Luxie 221 Flat Definer. It's perfect for what we're about to do. So I'm gonna go back into Charmed. Maybe I'll just like dip it once or twice into the black to give it a little bit more depth. And we're gonna go right up against the lower lash line, kind of like hugging where we just put that eyeliner down without like actually going into the waterline. I don't recommend going into your waterline with powder. It will be very uncomfortable, but we're just gonna keep this nice and tight to our lower lash line, and then we'll go ahead and smoke it out. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a small blending brush. Don't judge me, it's dirty. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm first gonna go in with Wishful. No, I'm not. I was gonna try to go in with a lighter color and then go over with Infatuated, but I think I'm just gonna go right in with Infatuated. I think it'll be fine. I am going to blend along my lower lash line here. So we're just gonna smoke out that kind of like shadow liner that we did. And we wanna make sure we connect it out here in the outer corner with the top lid. And truly, you can just kind of blend this to your heart's content. I try not to get too carried away, but I always say that and then I get too carried away. Okay, and then to kind of mirror what we did on the top, I just wanna see how this looks. So I'm gonna take this brush again, the flat definer, and I'm gonna go into Infinity just a little bit. And I'm just gonna place this like right in the outer corner here, kind of mirroring what we did on the top lid. And then I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush. I'm not gonna put any extra product on it. And we're just gonna blend that out. Okay, and last but not least, we're gonna finish up with our inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here. It's called Major Spotlight. And then I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner and then up on the brow bone just to brighten everything up. This is obviously a very dark, smoky look. So I feel like making sure you do your inner corner highlight and your brow bone highlight with a nice like bright shade like this at the end helps to kind of brighten everything up, make sure your eyes still look nice and open, all of that. All right, you guys, so we are finished, I think, with the eyeshadow portion of this. I do want to pop on some lashes and touch up my face makeup and like finish up this look. I think I'm going to do all of that off of camera in the interest of time, but I do want to tell you what lashes I'm going to use. So I have a fresh set of House of Lashes Iconic Lights. These are one of my favorite styles of lashes that I've ever tried. So I am going to pop these on off of camera. Like I said, I'll finish the rest, I'll touch up the rest of my face, and then we'll come back and talk about everything. All right, so before I let you go, I do want to talk a little bit about this palette because I feel like this palette was kind of the star of the show for this video. The eyeshadow primer, I don't really have an opinion one way or the other on it yet. It's just a primer, and my eyeshadow I think looks good. It didn't like turn up patchy or anything on top of it. It blended well, so that's really all I have to say about the primer. But as far as this palette goes, I think it looks nice. I think the eye look looks really pretty. I think the quality of the shadows was fine. I mean, I wasn't like over the moon about any of it, but as you can see, like these mattes were pretty pigmented. I feel like they were easy to blend. I did, as you guys saw, like I did have to work with the shimmers a little bit. I did have to use my finger and then go over it and then wet it. But really that doesn't really bother me. And I do think that the finish looks really pretty. And as I've said multiple times at this point, I love the olivey green color. So overall, I'm happy with it. I really like the way that the look turned out. Yeah, I like it. I would definitely use it again. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. So on that note, I think that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, this was my first like BOXYCHARM unboxing / demo, like trying out the products video. So I hope you guys liked it. I do plan on doing these every month as I get my BOXYCHARM in the mail. So stay tuned for that, especially if you get BOXYCHARM as well and we get some of the same products. It'll be fun to like play with them and discuss in the comments what we think. If you have made it this far and you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and you can also hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. You can also follow me on Instagram. I am at devdevgregs over there as well. And with that, I will catch you guys in my next video. Mwah! Love you. Bye.